Hi everyone, so I'm here today. I'm going to interview the lovely Katie Scott. So hi Katie.
Hi, you okay?
I'm very well, thank you. It's really lovely to connect with you, Katie. So lovely to share all the things that I'm doing at the moment, and also to connect with you because I feel like it's a really important time. So I'm just going to start off for all our followers, just to tell them a little bit about what I'm doing and then ask you some questions. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's
So, to kind of tell everybody a little bit about my background, obviously your followers, Katie, don't know who I am. So I'm Sarah Griffiths. I am a children's author. My background is in primary school teaching. So I taught for 11 years in mainly reception to year 2, but I did teach a little bit key stage 2 as well. And then I was driven really, it was real, my passion was writing as a hobby. And then I became a children's author, which was a dream of mine in 2017. I wrote my first story, which was called Douglas and the Trousers, which was a magical flying adventure, which has led me onto the most probably fulfilling work that I've ever done. And then I had a bit of a turning point with my story writing in 2018 when I wrote Sophie's Spectacles. And this story was about a little girl that I actually taught, and Sophie was a little girl that didn't really believe in herself. So I felt as a teacher, witnessing so many children who were suffering with self-esteem and just their well-being and their mental health, that I wanted to do something. And that was a real inspired story that I wrote. And then from there, I wrote Jack and the Genie, which started my series of stories for children, all about well-being and just embracing really who they are. So this is Jack and the Genie, and it's really based on Aladdin, but it's about Jack kind of following his inner guidance to really find out what's important to him and not listening to other people. It's really about himself. And then what's really exciting and why I really am so thrilled to connect with you, Katie, today is because my new book's out. Yay! Yay! And it's actually been launched on Thursday this week. At 11 a.m. I'm going to do a live story reading on my Facebook page, Sarah Griffiths Author, and it's really about connecting with children all over the country and, well, global if I can. It'd be amazing, because this story is really what we kind of stand for. It's all about sharing with children those practices of mindfulness and that time to stop, to breathe, to just have that quiet time, to go within, and then it's about teaching children about how to see things going well, how they can visualize things within their life, special people. So obviously in this book it's my gran. She really was such a special lady, so that's why I've chosen her. But then places as well that you visit as well, and it's that feeling that you get, and within the story it's a magical stone that I use, and it's holding that within your hand and remembering those times. So children can hold on to those memories, hold on to those feelings, and they realise that it's really all about the way they choose to think. Has a massive impact on their day-to-day, how they feel. So that's kind of really where I am. So Katie, I know that you work for Little Sunshine Mindfulness and Yoga, and this is your own business that you have created. And obviously I met Katie on LinkedIn, and just reading your posts and everything, I felt that we really connected, and this is why I wanted to kind of share this with you today, to kind of reach as many people as we can with our message about how important meditation, mindfulness and yoga, as they complement each other so well, is for everybody, not just for children but for everybody. So is it okay to ask some questions?
Yeah, go on.
Now. So I just wondered if we could just start off, if you just tell me a little bit about yourself, and then a little bit about how you became a yoga and meditation teacher.
So I've worked with children for over 20 years. I worked in a nursery for 12 years, and then I decided to do my teaching degree when I was 32, which was a massive thing to do. When I started doing my teaching degree, I realised that I was quite stressed, so I started practising yoga. So that was about 9 years ago. Started practising meditation, mindfulness, reading lots of positive books. and it really changed my life. I just couldn't believe how much it changed my life. I used to dwell on things all the time. I had low self-esteem, so I started being more positive. I started seeing things in a different way. I sort of let go of things that used to bother me, not overthink things. So I did the children's yoga course about 8 years ago. Started teaching yoga when I was doing my teaching degree. And I just, because it changed my life so much in my 30s, I just thought, why aren't all children doing this? I don't get how the power of it, for you to connect to yourself and give yourself that time. Why aren't children doing this on a daily basis? I don't get it. So I started teaching meditation and mindfulness in schools while I was doing my teaching degree. In 2016, I qualified, went to work in a school for 6 months, and then thought, education isn't for me. I've always wanted to help children, so for me it was all about being empathetic and helping them, the mental health really, rather than the education side of things. So I started Little Sunshine, left my job after doing my degree, and it's just been my passion, absolute passion. I've done a mindfulness course, I've done a hatha yoga training course as well. I practice every single day, so every day I get up 5:30 and I practice myself. And do you know what? It's just amazing to give these tools to children. I think we live in a fast-paced society. We're always on the go. And to give them these tools, just to sit with yourself and quieten your mind and focus on your breath, this is really powerful. And this is what we all need. It's not just children, it's everybody. So yeah, I've been working in schools for the last 3 years. Teaching meditation, mindfulness, yoga, parent workshops, teacher twilights. I also teach adult mindfulness as well. And it's been an amazing journey. I also do like an 8-session self-esteem program for children with low self-esteem. So yeah, in the last 3 years I've worked in about 45 schools in the Northwest. And I think now is really the time that we need to be really helping children at the moment. I think that there's going to be a lot of children that are suffering right now at home. So it's trying to give them these tools and help them as much as possible.
Yeah, and I feel that's why I wanted to reach out to you, Katie, so you can sort of share with everybody, because my book's all about the mindfulness and meditation, but it's about the impact, really. It's about sharing with people what feedback you had, how that's made the children feel, just your sort of experience of what you've seen. I think as a teacher, when I've done self-esteem work, I teach them within schools and with primary and secondary, and I think what I took from it was, when I did the questionnaires, the children, and when I got them back, it was the practice that they enjoyed the most was the meditation every time, the one that they would use again as well, and the one that they felt had the most impact. And I thought, if a child at 7 can tell you that's really powerful. And the few schools that I've been to in Telford and Shropshire area, and every single one of them has said the same. So I think the next question I'd like to ask is, can you just tell us a little bit about the work that you do with children?
Yeah, I can. So basically, for the last 3 years, I've been trying to encourage meditation to be part of the curriculum. I believe that children, just like adults, need time out. You know, when we get stressed, we as adults, we can have our own self-care. We do things for ourselves, but we need to give children these tools and the time. So I've been really encouraging meditation in schools for the last 3 years. I do find that quite a lot of teachers are sceptical about it, but it's because they haven't practiced it themselves. Until you actually practice it yourself, how can you judge on what the impact is? You've got to have a daily practice. And I think the teachers aren't going to understand how the benefits until the children practice it on a daily basis. Then they'll start to see it. So schools are the place that we need to be pushing this, because actually the children are there every day. If they've done 5-10 minutes every morning, then actually that's, you know, they're getting to really see the impact that it will have on the children, and it's so important. So I teach yoga. I do like sessions of yoga after school and in school time as well. I do the self-esteem program, which is an 8-week session. I also do one-to-ones as well. So if children are really struggling with the self-esteem and the confidence, I do parent workshops, so it's just giving them tools like breathing techniques. We do lots of different mindfulness activities, sensory activities, meditation. We do dancing, lots of just different things to do. But the meditation, I think, it takes time to practice. I think that meditation does take time, but once you get into it and once you understand it and you're giving yourself that time, I know for myself, whenever I feel anxious, we all get anxious at times. Whenever I feel anxious, I've always got that to come back to. I've always got that tool to quiet myself and relax myself. And then the more that you do that, you become more self-aware. So it is so powerful. It really is powerful.
It's that lovely, it's just that breath, isn't it? I think for stopping, you know, when you just do deep breathing with children, and then they instantly, they feel calmer, don't they? And I think, like you said, it's such a fast-paced world. Children are rushing around, mums and dads. I mean, not so much at the moment, but how it was before. They were going to different clubs, they were at school all day, and so many children just didn't even get time, 5 minutes for themselves, and just
well, when I do twilight sessions, I always say to the teachers, you don't know what's going on in that child's head in school. So your children are coming into your class, and as an adult, we struggle sometimes if we've got things on our mind. So if there's children coming into your class, you don't know what's going on at home, and then you're asking them to concentrate or focus. If they've got stuff going on in their head, just like an adult, they will really struggle to focus or concentrate. So this is why just giving them that 5-10 minutes in the morning really changes the way they're thinking and relaxes them before they do the work, which is helping with the learning as well. So it all has a massive impact.
Definitely. Katie, it's amazing. So what do you feel are the main benefits of the yoga, the meditation and the mindfulness from your own experience and from what the children have told you?
Yeah, I think for me, as we know, we can all get anxious at times, we can all worry, we can overthink things. So it is just giving people a tool. There's lots of different benefits. There's cognitive development, improved cognitive development, focus, determination, resilience, positive relationships, building your self-esteem. If you've got them skills, reducing anxiety as well, obviously. If you reduce your anxiety, then you're more focused, you can do so many more things, your immune system's better, you can learn better, more effectively. So there's just so many benefits. I think just being able to relax yourself is a big thing. And them tools are for life then, it's not just now, the lifelong tools. I am so passionate about this because I learned this in my 30s and I would never ever stop meditating now because it's had such an impact on me. I do it every day, it's just completely part of my life. And for children to do this from such a young age, to have that tool that changes your life, then, you know, this is what we should be pushing in schools every day. We really need to be pushing it.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful practice, isn't it? And I practice it too, Katie. I mean, I've probably been practicing now for 18 months and it literally has changed my life. I mean, I've written these amazing stories. It's been, I feel so driven to write them to like you, to support the children. And like you said, it's like a gift that you're giving them, because I didn't start practicing until I was 42. And I think, gosh, if I'd have had that at 5, I would have been like, this is amazing.
I know.
To give that to a child.
I know this when we were younger.
I would have been able to cope with things so much better. So it's such a wonderful, not only beautiful practice, but it is to build that resilience so that children they've got their own self-regulation. They're self-empowered because they've got that. They don't have to rely on other people to turn to all the time, because they can go within themselves and they can find their own answers. So it's just amazing. It is amazing. And it's so lovely to talk to you about it, because I get so passionate about it, and then I think like our passion is shining through the screen.
Absolutely. Oh, I hope so. Yeah.
The mums and dads and all of the families at this time that they only need like 5 minutes a day, like you said, maybe 10 minutes at the most. Just there's so many things on YouTube that they can go on, isn't there, that they can try out, or even just being sitting quietly in a room and just breathing. I mean, would you recommend a particular practice, or do you feel like it's very individual for the child, for the family?
Well, I think that there's lots of different ways to practice meditation. So what you're really doing is that I think most holistic therapy is you're focusing, you're anchoring your thoughts onto something else. So when you're practicing yoga, you're focusing on your breathing. And because your monkey mind, what I call the monkey mind, you're focusing your monkey mind or the chitter chatter onto your breath. So you're sort of quieting your mind. When you're doing mindfulness, you're focusing on your senses. When you're doing meditation, there's lots of different meditations. So you can be focusing on your breath, on music, on someone's voice, on a visualization, on a candle. There's lots of different types of meditation. But what all of these things do, it's about anchoring your thoughts onto something. And then the more you practice meditation, you start to be more aware of your own negative thoughts. So you become more aware of, oh, now I'm thinking negatively, I need to bring myself back into the present moment, because it's them thoughts that then affect your emotions. So it's trying to keep coming back to being in the present moment or focusing on your breath, because most of the times it's just your thoughts that are creating this anxiety. And yeah, thoughts are powerful, aren't they? Sometimes we can be really hard on ourselves. So it's just giving children these different tools, as many as we can, for them to help themselves when they're feeling anxious.
It's amazing. It's so lovely to share with you, Katie. And I just wanted to kind of finish off with what your plans are for the future. And I know we're all in lockdown at the moment, but like, have you got a vision where you want to go with this? I just think it's really lovely to kind of to share that with you.
Yeah, so I've just created a yearly subscription for schools, which has 90 different PSHE activities on there. There's about 30 different meditations. There's also music and sounds that the teachers can play in the classroom to create a relaxing atmosphere. There's breathing techniques on there. There's also peer massage, because I do a lot of massage with children in schools as well. I've got 12 themed massages, so we do like an animal one, a pizza one, and the children absolutely love that, especially in the SEN schools. Children absolutely love the massage. So that's all being put together. That's a yearly subscription. And then I've also got a parent subscription, so that's a monthly subscription where parents pay $6.99. They don't have all the activities on there, but there's meditation, breathing techniques, and peer massage as well. And then I've just written a book, but I'm in the middle of sorting this out. So that's mindfulness in the classroom. So yeah, I'm trying to sort that out at the minute, but it is very much up in the air at the moment. I'm just trying to enjoy the time off, being creative, connecting to myself. We don't know where we're going. Who knows, Sarah?
Yeah, how it's going to look, do we? But for us, it's just about getting that message to children and families, and it's amazing that you're writing a book to support children. I just think that's incredible. Because mine's getting that message through sort of the magic of storytelling, but yours is like the practical ways to do it, isn't it? I mean, that's amazing. So I think we're in tune.
I think why we connect so well, Sarah, which I genuinely think is because we're both on the same page, and the fact that we want to help children. I've always been empathetic. I can see that in you as well. If you genuinely, it's just a passion that you've got inside you, that you want to share, and I'm exactly the same. I can see it in you, and I'm the same. So it is so
shines,
nice.
doesn't it? Shines from you. It's lovely, and it's I think my background as a teacher, like I always had that. I always wanted to be a teacher from being young, and I wanted to be a children's author. So I had like this conflicting thing inside of me. But it was obviously there was always that wanting to work with children, and just. I think the rapport that you build up with children, I think that was one of the most special things for me as a class teacher, was like over that year that you would get to know those children so well, and you're just so proud of them, about their achievements, just about how beautiful the person that they are. And I think that's what I've learned, that even though I haven't got my own class, that I go to lots and lots of different schools, but when I connect with the children and I'm sharing the stories and the feedback that I'm getting, it's that you see that child, you see the beauty within those children, the unique person that they are, and that you just want for them to see that, and you want them to be able to feel that believe in themselves, and that, you know, they can do anything really as long as they put their mind to it. It's all about how they're thinking, and it's really beautiful. I feel so lucky that I get to be able to do this for a job. And
yeah, I'm missing the children as well. There's certain children that I'm really thinking, oh, you know, I wonder how they're getting on and stuff like that.
yeah,
But hopefully the tools that I've taught them are going to help them. You know, they've already been to my class, so hopefully this is the time that they'll be using the tools. So what can we do, Sarah? We don't know where we're going. We've just got to
we do our best, and that's what we're doing. And
yeah,
so lovely to talk to you, Katie, about all of this today. So I hope your followers enjoy our interview, and that there'll be many more to come in the future. Who knows what we'll be doing?
To me talking.
Definitely. I would love to.
Thank you.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Bye.